Alright, welcome to Menu Heroes Digest. I'll try to speak a little louder this time because the last time I recorded, I could barely hear myself.
It's been so long since I last seen my son, lost to this month. I have no idea how the dance worked in the.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so last week was Labor Day weekend, so we were busy. Obviously, it was a busy week. That's why I did the Fallout journals instead of actual gameplay. We will get to that. In fact, after this, we plan on recording some Super Mario 3D World.
And you got also announcement on your end.
Yes. So, big, exciting news.
Big surprises.
PlayStation 5. We got one. I went into GameStop to look for amiibos. I specifically wanted the Splatoon 2 Idol amiibos. And they had these for sale. It only available in a bundle, so it cost like a couple hundred more. But, very excited. Xander is impatiently... He has been very patient all day. Like, we have pushed him.
Yeah.
So, speaking of pushing...
So we can stop being shills for Nintendo and start being shills for Sony.
But mostly shills for Nintendo. Nintendo has a lot of the multiplayer games.
Yeah, it's like... I have a PS4 at home, but it's more like having a TV that could work to play some of the games I want to play. Yeah.
So, let's jump right in after this intro. Alright, do you guys like that intro? It hasn't changed since I first made it. So, we're going to talk about black YouTuber.
Well, not just any.
Yeah.
Black
So, we're going to be talking about Corey X Kenshin.
Yes.
This is he plays horror games on YouTube, and he just happens to be black. And
to be fair, he has made it very clear he's tried to be very, he's trying not to
play the race card.
Yeah, trying to be political in his videos. He's trying to be like, hey, we're all here to play games, all have fun, let's just have at it. And he says it in his video of he tries not to have his channel be about any issues of politics or race.
He tries to keep it light.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he feels like this issue does personally affect him.
It is important.
Yeah.
So, little backstory: there's a game that's very popular in the YouTube horror circle right now called the Mortuary Assistant.
Yes.
And one of the biggest names playing it is Markiplier. Everyone's favorite, Tumblr sexy man. So
for a while it was that Shy Guy, or was that
Shy Guy? Dream? You talking about Dream?
The guy with the white mask, but had a blank expression on his face, who had a very deep voice. Hello, welcome back to another.
I have no idea.
That guy used to be all over Tumblr.
Right. So anyway,
that must have been years ago.
So on August 24th, so this was a couple weeks ago, the #1 trending video was a call out against YouTube with accusations of racism and or favoritism. So basically, Corey had played the mortuary assistant. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. And he had been in the, for multiple days in a row, he had been, in the top, where's the word? He had been front page, basically.
Yeah, and he does have subscribers in the millions.
Yeah.
So it's
he's not just a little known YouTuber.
Yeah.
And so this game, it's got mature rated content because, of course, there is disturbing imagery and strong language.
And I think he does mention in the video that the game does have a feature that does talk about suicide or a character.
Yes, so
But the thing is, he's not the only one who has played this game. This was a very popular horror video game that so many YouTubers, yes, Markiplier, but also Jacksepticeye and several others have got a chance to play this game and have had scenes like this. I personally have not got a chance to experience mortuary assassin either by game or by Let's Play. You know, The Quarry was the last horror game I was really focused on, and yeah, I like it, but you know, obviously that shows you how behind I am on this. Well, a lot of personal things have been happening in my life.
Yeah,
so.
there's been a lot. It's been busy,
But,
to say the least.
But even then, knowing that you know, if suicide is going to be a rather, at least a key point in the story of this game, it does make me hesitate towards it.
Yeah.
It won't immediately take me out of it or keep me away from it, but also I gotta keep that in mind.
It could be a concerning development.
Yeah.
So basically, he uploaded an hour-long playthrough of the demo on August 18th. Within a few hours, the video was age restricted automatically. YouTube gave no explanation and rejected the appeal that he made. So, let's see.
Just YouTube being YouTube, pretty much.
Yeah. And he was the only one to have their "We just started," bud.
And we're talking about a rather serious topic.
Yeah. We're not even close to being done. Sorry, Xander.
Yeah,
He's very impatiently wanting to play
gonna...
Spider-Man. Anyway.
Yeah. We were all kids that age. I
We're
understand.
still like that. Let's be honest.
I feel like I've aged 20 years just this last 2 weeks alone, dude.
Yeah. So, Markiplier's video of this game, which had the same gameplay featured, was not age restricted at the time. And so, favoritism and racism. Because YouTube would not talk with him about it, and they would not explain why his video was age restricted and Markiplier's wasn't. Apparently, they removed the age restriction before reinstating it, and then age restricting Markiplier's video a few days later. I mean, that's a good thing.
Well, apparently this is not the first time this has happened. Apparently, some other YouTuber who also gets some pretty good views and subscribers also had trouble when they were covering a Let's Play that Markiplier had done as well. Even he made a video about, hey, this is weird. Why is this person getting flagged and I'm not? And they decided to flag Markiplier anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I feel kind of bad for the guy. I don't know him personally, but it's like I truly feel like he's just a guy who's just trying to make videos and content and just having fun. And I'm sure he just wants everybody to have fun, and then he keeps getting roped into this kind of thing.
And it's good to mention that Corey will censor out, swear words in the games, and he tries not to use strong language in his videos.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know why, and it seems like his channel is being more scrutinized than, his peers.
Yeah. And also in his video, he's like, look, if someone can show me if he's proven wrong, he's willing to admit it and everything. But he's looking at all the evidence going about this certain issue, and other kind of creators, many of them being people of color, trying to get out there on YouTube, and they're having problems similar to him. And it's like, this is raising a lot of red flags about how YouTube's algorithm, or the people in charge of the algorithm, or meant to review situations like this, are handling stuff like this as well. And
it just does not look good.
Yeah. And I believe at the time that, because again, this is an older story. This is a few weeks old. At some point, I believe Jacksepticeye did respond to this, agreeing with most of the things that Corey x Kenshin was talking about. Even Jacksepticeye, obviously he's Irish and white. Obviously he couldn't speak to the racist part, but he could tell there's been plenty of examples of favoritism that guys like him and Markiplier who've been doing this for about a decade and have all the subscribers, they tend to get a pass more often than not.
Yeah.
Even Jacksepticeye's either his girlfriend or his fiance, I'm not entirely sure. She has a YouTube channel, and obviously they work off each other, and she plays some games similar to him and everything. But she's had her videos copyright claimed and flagged and demonetized, and they were similar content to his. And obviously, he's trying to help her out, and like their YouTube representative is trying to fight to make sure both their contents is going smoothly. But like, even if you're related, or even if you have a connection, or you're in a relationship with one of the top YouTubers, you still can also have a problem. You also can be struck down by the algorithm.
Yeah.
For doing the same thing they're doing. And thankfully, guys like Just This Guy are calling it out. You know? And that's. But again, I think but also none of this story is shocking to me. I think we did cover something similar. Well, not exactly similar, but like a YouTuber named Totally Not Mark, who's done reviews of manga and anime.
I remember you mentioned it way back when.
Mm-hmm. And thankfully, it's been mostly resolved.
In fact, I remember creating the thumbnail for that.
Yeah, English. Western YouTube was able to talk things out with Toei, and like, okay, the videos will not be shown in Japan. Okay, but overall, again, it's like, Totally Not Mark. He's Irish. Like, most of his videos are in English, so he's gonna be making content mainly for Westerners and English-speaking audiences.
Yeah.
So he was able to resolve that, but that's only because like he made videos about like many of his videos being struck down, or just straight up being gone or taken down from YouTube because of Toei kept complaining and copyright claiming and just causing all kinds of trouble for him. So this has happened before. It suddenly might happen again, and it's like YouTube does not make it easy for anybody trying to make it or trying to get a start on here. And I think we have had we maybe haven't faced the exact same problem as other YouTubers have, but
we haven't actually really had any issues.
Well, I know, like, we haven't really done, like, we
also aren't really well known.
Yeah, yes, I know, but like, YouTube is not a great place to really start, or like it's been harder to get started and really make yourself known on its platform. All right, ready to move on?
Let's talk about GameStop.
Oh. The memes, boys, the meme stocks.
Alright, so let's actually switch up the order a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about how GameStop loves to share data with another company.
Oh, that's not as cool.
So, it's important to note that this is a lawsuit that's been filed in California. Mm-hmm. California has, specifically has this law, or act, I guess, called California's Invasion of Privacy Act, here for called SEPA. Somebody moving furniture outside.
I wasn't sure if it was behind us or in front of us.
Nah, it's in front of us.
Okay.
So, the basic gist of this is that GameStop is recording customer data and sharing it with another company without getting the consent of the customers. It's not so much that they're getting the data, it's that it's been done without consent. And under SEPA, website operators cannot create transcripts of visitors' conversations or provide such transcripts to third parties without obtaining prior express consent from all parties to the conversation.
Yeah.
Let's see. The defendant shares the secret transcripts with Zendesk, a third party that publicly boasts about its ability to harvest highly personal data from chat transcripts for sales and marketing purposes. Now, it is important to mention that Zendesk is a customer service ticketing software. So, they do collect customer data through creating tickets.
Yeah.
That's part of what being a ticketing system entails.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is when personal and sensitive data has been shared through the chat feature. because a lot of the time, like if they don't put like this chat will be recorded for quality assurance, then that's a big because you're not letting them know that it's being recorded, and people will act differently if they know they're being recorded.
True.
Well, most of the time,
I mean, there's all sorts of like World Star is a prime example of like people just not caring how they act when they're being filmed.
I was gonna say, calls being recorded for quality assurance doesn't mean anything when people are mad.
True, but because that shows like my mindset was like
was videos.
Yeah, videos, World Star. Yeah.
Well, as someone who works in customer service, specifically in over the phone service, I don't think we don't record though. Mostly because the data we deal with is a lot more sensitive than like GameStop data. I won't get into details because I don't know how much I can talk about. But yeah, so that's fun. GameStop is basically wiretapping its customers. Although not really, because it's kind of a stretch to say that.
Well,
but I get what the suit is doing. It just wants GameStop to tell customers, hey, we're sharing this data.
Yeah, that's why it's important to read the articles, because we were looking at an article that was really blowing up, like GameStop is listening to everything you're doing and everything. They're wiretapping. Yeah,
we love Kotaku, but Kotaku clickbait sometimes. I love Game Rant, but Game Rant it's a mixed bag. Some of the articles are very fun to read. Then some of them are just really stupid. They're like, this thing doesn't make sense, and I'm like, that thing makes perfect sense, but okay. And don't get me started on Giant Freaking Robot. I get ads for that. I get Google tries to recommend articles from that site, and I'm like, please don't, because like it'll say things like Doctor Strange 2 canceled, and it's got nothing to do with canceling Doctor Strange 2. It's just like, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch coughed or something.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like,
oh my god, what was there certainly was a blog or some type of website that and there's bound to be somewhere like, this actor this actor's being fired, is being replaced, and it's like they're talking about like the animated shows, they're talking about like, or the games of like this, they're getting a voice actor or some other actor to play the character
they get
in something else, and does not mean the actor who was playing it in live action ain't doing it anymore. It's just like
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, also, I think the article was talking about like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but
trying to say, oh, that's it. Marvel finally fired Brie Larson and hired this actress, and it's like,
no.
They hired her for the mobile game.
Maybe if you knew how to read, buddy.
Yeah.
So, off of the back of profiting off of customer data, GameStop will now start paying some employees with stock.
Yes.
Now,
stocks.
Let's make something clear up front. They're not replacing monetary benefits. Okay? These are in addition to getting paid, not enough. So.
Yeah, but it's like this ain't 2021 anymore. Like
wow,
how high? Like I know.
How high do you have to be to think this is a good idea?
Yeah, or just like, this is a move made by people who don't understand how the internet worked.
Well,
doesn't quite understand how it works.
I know how high you have to be. You have to be, the most senior employee.
You have to be completely.
That's how high you have to be.
You gotta be completely out of touch, and well, it's like, again, both GameStop and AMC theaters were both in real bad shape last year. Well, for obvious reasons, because of the pandemic and people not going to the stores or the theaters, and when word got around that like certain people in Wall Street were gonna make bank on those companies just flat out going bankruptcy and foreclosing, the internet found out and managed to say screw you.
Wait, did you just curse?
It's screw.
No, before that.
Did you see the F word, or did I just read it on the screen?
I am pleading the fifth on that one.
I really don't know.
I am pleading the fifth on that one, good sir.
I don't know.
I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be a good boy.
I believe you. So, like,
Okay.
if it's there, it's there. PG-13.
Yes. We are rated T, not rated M.
Yeah,
Okay.
britches.
Okay.
And, like, pants.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, so both those companies, like, were basically safe because the internet wanted to, give a middle
finger.
I was gonna make sure that is that one I'm okay with saying.
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't say the actual
Giving
words.
the middle finger to Wall Street and several of the 1% who
Yeah,
benefit.
the short stocking was hilarious.
Yes. Unfortunately, the people in charge of both AMC theaters and GameStop
Didn't get the joke.
don't get the joke, and also they act like, oh, it was entirely us that made this out there.
They're like, it was serious.
Yeah, like everyone thought we were out of it, we were done, but we came back and stronger than ever, and it's like,
Call us Phoenix. Because we're back, baby.
Pump the brakes there, bud. You just got saved
Pump and dump?
by freaking by Redditors who were more mad at
Wall Street.
Yeah, more mad at Wall Street than they were at anything you were doing.
Alright, quick aside, and then I will read the memo that was sent out to GameStop employees. So, recently, there has been a death. The CFO of Beds, Bath & Beyond jumped off the top of a building after he was, being charged with being part of a pump and dump scheme, which is where you rapidly inflate the price of a stock until it's basically worthless, but you sell it off before it's worthless.
Uh-huh.
And he just killed himself. And then Bed Bath & Beyond stocks did the same thing. Then splat. So, let's read this article. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Alright, subject. Investing in GameStop's store leaders. After spending a year strengthening our assortment, infrastructure, and tech capabilities, we're now focused on achieving profitability, launching proprietary products, leveraging our brand in new ways, and investing in our stores. Our stores, in particular, are a differentiator that will help us maintain direct connectivity to customers and position us to have localized order fulfillment capabilities across more geographies. So, with this said, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm not reading the whole thing, I'm excited to announce we're rolling out an improved compensation model for store leaders. The new model, which goes into effect next month, which is September, so this month, provides every store leader a time-based equity grant of $21,000 vesting over 3 years and the opportunity to earn additional compensation every quarter by hitting goals for performance-based equity grants. This is in addition to each store leader's existing base pay. Stock compensation associated with this new model is covered under GameStop's existing equity plan, which was approved by stockholders. Yay, stockholders. So, you get your regular pay and then you get stock options. Woo! Except GameStop stock is going to be worthless in less than 3 years. So,
yeah. Probably why they're setting up in the first place. Just so, oh yeah, in 3 years you might get this.
But probably not.
No, you won't.
And speaking of putting your money into something that's not worth it, Madden 23! Woo! So, this game sucks. So, EA... No, that's the story. This game sucks.
Sure, yeah, fine. I mean, sport ball, not the biggest fan here. I
don't care.
Well, I mean, I think the sport I think I pay the most attention to is basketball. And even then, I'm trying to think of, is there a basketball game that I really love? Other than, obviously Mario. Slam?
The only sport games I really care about are the Nintendo Sport.
Well, yeah, Nintendo Sport, but like, there are a few like Mario Sport games.
Yeah, they're not bad, but
Yeah. But even then, it's like, in terms of a basketball game that I really enjoy, and I can't really think of anything that's like, other than like NBA Jam. NBA Jam. Also,
but that's not really a basketball game. That's more of like an arcade game that looks like basketball.
Well, I'm just like, but also, what was it? There was
I do like tennis. That is a sport I enjoy. I enjoy watching and playing.
Yeah.
Which is, weird because I'm fat.
Well,
we have tennis courts at my apartment. I just don't have any friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're not friends.
No.
I got him, guys.
I was trying.
You're on Menu Heroes Unveiled.
Bum, bum, bum,
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
NFL pros in the game are saying, first game out on Madden 23 hung 50 on a kid. Don't get it twisted though. Game is still hot garbage. Shaking my head.
Mm-hmm.
That was Mr. Darius Slayton of the NY Giants. So, Madden 23 has a crap ton of bugs and other shortcomings. It is basically Madden 22 is what I've heard. But worse.
I was gonna say, like, wasn't last year like a really bad FIFA game came out and everybody was just ready to dunk on that game?
Yeah, I remember.
And now this is the year, and this year
This is the year of Madden.
Yeah. I mean, like Madden and FIFA, like the
They're
big
yearly
names
releases.
They're yearly releases. They do always make their money, but that's kind of the problem though. Is like they're made to be made quickly, and so the companies can make a quick profit off of it. There's not really a whole lot of innovation, other than like whoever's new or whoever's popular now in terms of football or soccer.
It
like,
would
they're in the
honestly
game now.
make more sense for them to create a base game. Just call it Madden, or Madden NFL or whatever. No, they can't call it NFL. That's right.
Yeah.
They got that taken away. Just
Yeah.
call it Madden, and then each year create DLC of the new players. Or,
That's honestly, yeah, you would. Well,
thinking about it, I realize as I say that there are licensing issues with the previously used players, and just taking those away.
That might be the reason why.
Yeah, so I take it back.
Because
The best solution is just don't make it.
as quick, because like with how companies have been more and more just surrounding their whole business model around either free to play or pay to play. I thought you would have thought they would have jumped on. Here's our football game. You can do it either. Probably would have been a mobile football game, and you can
Madden 2 Go.
Yeah, exactly. You would have thought they would have capitalized on that, or it must be a licensing issue that they can't do it, because that would have been the thing they would have jumped on, a mobile sports game. So anywhere you go, because fantasy football is still. There's plenty of people who are still any people who are not that into games or anything are obsessed with fantasy football of who they pick in their draft and everything, and how well they're doing their stats and everything. It's just, and betting on what team's gonna win and everything. There's the only reason that they aren't doing this, and I believe, is that because they have to figure out all the licensing, all getting the rights and approval from all the different players and all the sports teams and the owners of the teams and everything in order to make it all work out. That's probably the only it's just every time I think about it, it's this should have already happened. I am shocked that they didn't milk that for all it's worth.
I don't know if I really want to cover this next story, because from what I've been reading, her detractors are right. It's fake.
Okay.
We'll briefly cover it.
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
won't
yeah,
go
yeah,
into
yeah.
detail. So there's a streamer who plays Call of Duty and Warzone, and her name is Nadia Amin.
Yeah, it looks like it says anime, but it's
It does look like it says anime. I keep.
Yeah.
So she's one of the fastest growing female streamers in Call of Duty and Warzone. And there's a ton of people who are telling her that she's cheating, that it's fake. And I doubt that it's all fake and that she's cheating. And a ton of the criticism is happening because she's a female.
That's the biggest reason. It's like I've seen plenty of like Let's Players and streamers who are male, and they have either at some it used to be like they would try to play the game. At some point, they would like enter in a cheat code or an emulator or something, just like, okay, I want to get further into this thing.
I mean, we cheated when we played Sonic Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of these levels, I just... Yeah. That's why I would always say something like, we mined diamonds off screen, because there's a joke with Minecraft players. They're like, hey, when I was off screen, I found, 5 stacks of diamonds.
Mm.
But as a bunch of these commenters are pointing out, the video that she's sharing as an example of how she's not faking it looks fake.
Yeah.
It's because it's got like a lot of the highest ranked players in the video, and they're not moving. Her sensitivity is supposedly way too low. There's just she shouldn't be harassed, and she's definitely good at it, but it doesn't help when she posts videos that are easily disproved.
I mean, yes, and unfortunately, that's gonna her making this video is gonna cause her to get even more harassers and everything. It just, it's like, honestly, being a cisgender male. Obviously, I can't speak to the level of harassment that female gamers go through, or any woman or any person of color, women of color, trying to get out there online and try and make a name for themselves. The amount of BS they have to go through and the amount of harassment they have to go through and everything. So I want to make that very clear: is that there are plenty who are just minding their own business, playing the game, having a good time, and are going through harassment for for reasons that are absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I would like to say, I'm not trying to say that she's fake or anything, and I realize that my white male privilege is showing. It is probably blinding right now. But no, there's people there's Warzone players who have tweeted out, she's really good. It's insane that how good she is, and it's just don't harass her. There's no point.
I just feel like she didn't. It's like,
and she shouldn't have to prove herself, and that's the biggest issue here. Not that not if any of her videos are faked, but that she shouldn't have to be out here proving herself.
Yeah.
Well, she shouldn't have to be proving herself because she's a woman. Everyone should be proving themselves. If they're saying they're the greatest or they're really good. They should be able to back that up. But she shouldn't have to go the extra mile just because she's a woman.
Yes.
That's messed up. And unfortunately, it's
a thing that keeps
it's
happening.
life. Woo.
So, yes, even if she did fake...
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
I know. And, it's just... It's like, okay, is that... Okay, even if that was... Even if it is true... Okay, say it is true. Is that really the worst thing in the world? Really?
God, I mean, God,
oh no,
imagine,
you cheated in a video game.
Oh God,
how
imagine,
dare you?
Imagine if you cheated in an arcade game.
Then nobody would ever go near you.
No doctor would ever see you.
They'd point at you in the street saying, shame, 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 shame.
So we were going to save this for the last, but I actually think this is the perfect segue.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
We'll save this one for last.
Okay, fine.
Because we'll follow it up with an announcement.
Now, have you ever seen a documentary called The King of Kong?
I have not. I didn't know.
It's been years, but I'm pretty sure Billy Mitchell was one of the people who was featured heavily in that documentary. I'd love to rewatch it again, but it's about the weird history of people obsessed with the high scores of Donkey Kong, and And I'm pretty sure in that documentary it was all about this dispute of like one guy trying to prove this guy clearly cheated, clearly fabricated stuff, or clearly did something to fudge up his numbers for Donkey Kong and everything. And I don't know if it was Billy Mitchell or not, but like it's it's an interesting documentary, but it's also a nice distill of like how we as people, as society, we just obsess over
This sucks. I hate
the
this.
most
Stupid
non-issues of issues.
So Billy Mitchell.
You're looking up regular show.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm
Yes,
looking up.
yes.
Arcade, dude. Arcade episode. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thankfully, regular show is still available on HBO Max.
God, I love Regular Show. It's
Yeah.
such a good show.
Yes, same cannot be said about Close Enough. That one was good, but
I was gonna say I love their show.
yeah.
Garrett Bobby Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
He looks just like him. I was like, why does Billy Mitchell look so familiar?
I guarantee you, this is probably who he's based on.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, we just look at trivia. He's a parody of the world-renowned video game champion Billy Mitchell.
Yes, I knew it.
Oh god, it gets better. Mitchell actually sued Cartoon Network for using his likeness without his permission, but the case was thrown out of court. The court concluded that CN did not violate Mitchell's personality rights, since GBF is depicted as a floating head that exploded, making it a clear parody that could not completely imitate Mitchell's
Nice.
likeness.
Unless, of course, you've ever been a floating head that exploded, Mr. Mitchell.
Nope, just his reputation. Oh
man, we got rewatch King of Kong.
god. I've got to watch it for the first time. I've never seen it.
Oh man, it's I'm gonna find out where you can find it.
So anyway, we won't be able to watch it tonight because I'm not gonna.
We do have a lot. We got a lot to do.
I'm not gonna make Xander wait anymore.
Yeah,
So anyway, basically, people think he cheated at Donkey Kong, and his world records aren't legitimate. All this stuff, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I guess it matters for him because he loses revenue, nobody invites him to things, all that stuff. And his doctor will not see him anymore. There is a current case going on where the part of the case, it says, after Twin Galaxies' defamatory statements of April 12th, 2018, one of Mitchell's doctors, Dr. Stanley Scoppet, refused to see Mitchell after responding party Mitchell appeared for an annual examination. When he arrived for his examination, the assistant informed Mitchell that Dr. Scoppet would not see him. He's been seeing him for over 30 years, mind you. So, you know, he thinks he's a fraud, so he doesn't want to go see him. It's, oh my god, it's crazy. And he's formed a hernia because of it. It's clearly the most important thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about someone who is
Well, before we go, unfortunately, it's not the King of Kong is not available on any specific service, but you can get it on YouTube or Amazon Prime for $2.99.
Oh, okay.
So you can at least rent it. So.
We'll watch it sometime.
Oh yeah. It's that's it. Oh man, that movie. That was. I never would imagine like a documentary that's just about people obsessed over Donkey Kong, being one of my favorite movies of 2007.
All right. So, Sakurai.
Masahiro Sakurai.
Yes, Masahiro Sakurai he's created a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
It is
a delight. It is a treat to all of us.
It's called Masahiro Sakurai on Creating Games.
Yes.
So, let's see. It is an independent project the 52-year-old game creator has started all on his own.
He does not look 52 at all.
He does not. He looks very young. I
Yeah.
would have thought he was like 30.
Yeah.
So that he can talk about the joyful art of game design.
Yeah.
The goal is to help make games, is to help the idea of making games around the world a little more fun. Each and every video will be available with English subtitles.
Yes.
He acknowledges that good design and fun games are a matter of personal opinion and perspective, but he does feel like there are some underlying principles and techniques that can provide a sort of universal appeal to games. He won't be going too technical. He wants it to be accessible for everyone, and trade secrets, of course.
Yeah.
And he's such a lovable guy.
Man, that's an understatement.
That is
He
an understatement.
He is. It's like, and even like I have obviously like we're a gaming channel, and like talk about certain stores, certain games we like, but it really does make you better appreciate what goes into games, because one of my favorite of his videos he's made, one of my favorites is about hit stops, and showing it a display of like, here's regular Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the hit stops of like Ryu, like Shoryuken, Captain Falcon, and all the little beeps and bloops and lights and everything, and the smoke that shows him rising up, and then showing that, and then on the right showing without any hit stops, just Ryu just flying and Captain Falcon flying along with him and everything. It absolutely feels uncanny and weird and wrong. Not just because you're used to playing Smash Bros. In a certain way, but it's like, yeah, these hit stops are super important to indicate to the player you have hit something, it has caused some damage, and it's affecting not only your opponent but also the environment around the opponent. And it just so, again, it's just such it's stuff like that is so helpful for anyone who wants to get into making video games. Yeah, and
It's a very yes. What you said.
yeah, sorry. It's like I'm trying not to get too personal about what all's been going on in my life, but watching Mr. Sakurai-san's videos has not only been informative, delightful, but also it's been a nice distraction from stuff I've had to deal with. So, if nothing else, thank you, Mr. Sakurai, for what you've done, for just
Being there.
yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about Ninja. So, Ninja, Twitch streamer, or was he? This reminds me, there's something I've got to Google real quick, because I read something on Twitter and I'm not sure if it was true. I need to hit paste and go.
Yeah. It's like Ninja's a name I hear about, but like, I'm sure he's a popular streamer and gamer, but or
he did do it, oh my god. Okay, so
okay.
Ninja ended his last stream on Twitch very abruptly. So, in 2018, his channel blew up.
Mm-hmm.
He partnered with Drake, the pedophile, Travis Scott, the McDonald's meal, and more. And Fortnite is his biggest game.
Mm-hmm.
His recent stream, he ended because players were spamming riffs in Fortnite. And this was on September 1st. Ninja streamed alongside Cypher PK. The stream was intended to last an entire day, but it cut the stream short. The streamer grew frustrated when players spammed Rift in the sky, urging him to reconsider his entire career. A bit dramatic. He decided, he said, "Can't do anymore, dude. I can't. I'm sick of this, dude. I'm sick of these players spamming Rifts. I've had enough, man. I'm leaving." He apologized to his duo for ending the game and instantly turned off the stream. And so Ninja, he tweeted, and nope, don't open Twitter. Twitter. He tweeted that, "I just need a break. I don't know when I will be back or where." And when this was tweeted, his profile picture was just the default, don't have a Twitter avatar.
Yeah.
And his name was also changed to something else.
Okay.
I can't remember what. He has, since then, he's streaming on YouTube now.
Okay.
He was like, "I'm done with Twitch. now he's streaming on YouTube. So
but it's like, didn't he sign a deal about being exclusive to something? But like, then again, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not a super well known of Ninja, but like, I keep hearing about like him just being like, I'm done, I'm over, I'm doing something else entirely.
Well, he's still streaming on Twitch. Yeah. I should not have said, but he's gonna be more diverse. All right, so I skipped the PS5 story because I reread it and there wasn't really anything there.
Okay.
PlayStation basically is making some of the same mistakes Microsoft made when it came to the Xbox One, and namely, they raised the prices of the PS5 in every other territory except the US. Was there something?
Which is not good, but I can understand that being a rather short one.
Yeah, I mean, it went into some of the advertising fails and stuff like that, but really not worth covering. And
I mean, it's just like, you just now got a PS5. So many people are just now getting PS5.
And I mean, our local GameStop had a bunch of these. Like, I say a bunch. They had like 30 in stock.
Yeah.
But this was not risk, and this being the box, was not at risk of not being there when I got there.
I think so many people just gave up.
Yeah, and like, it's not well advertised when places have them. Yeah. But regardless, I also liked the Xbox One, not gonna lie. I liked being able to play games all the way back from the Xbox.
Yeah.
I skipped on the PlayStation 4 because it was just, I wasn't able to get one, and then it was, too expensive. I wanted to play Fallout 3 and New Vegas and 4 on the same system. Then I got a gaming laptop. So
I have a PS4 split because like a friend of mine was sick and then eventually passed away.
I'm sorry.
And this was a while ago. I mean, it's
still
still
sorry.
sad, but it's like, this was unfortunately like I inherited his PS4 just in that sake, and I played some games on it. Obviously the Spider-Man game on there, which was great.
Sanders dying to play.
I know.
He's
and also,
it's like, I'll sell my soul if you let me play it.
Yeah, that's okay. So
give me your soul, Xander.
Okay. So I will. I mean.
No, you can keep talking.
Well, no. This story right here, it's like, I want this game to be so freaking good. This Black Panther, Captain America team up game. It sounds like such a perfect setup for a game. And okay, it's in World War II, which, okay, cool, and definitely like this big part of Captain America's story, and I do think you could tell an interesting story about like the Wakandans getting involved in World War II and everything.
I mean, you know that they did a comic story.
There have been plenty of Captain America Black Panther crossovers.
But
plenty.
There's lots of buts here.
Yes.
But no, like they actually did a. Where did I read about it? They did a story, like a comic story, where Captain America. Yeah, here it is. So in 2010, there was Black Panther, Captain America, Flags of Our Fathers.
Oh yeah.
4-issue run set in the 1940s, where Steve Rogers teams up with Black Panther. Of course, it was King Azuri, the grandfather of T'Challa. Mm-hmm. And it's theorized that we're almost done. It's theorized that this game is going to take a lot of cues from there.
Yeah. Well, also like the idea of Captain America in the 40s meeting up with a Black Panther.
There's so much potential.
Well, yeah, there's interesting potential, but I think it was also like a 2003 or 2004 when they were trying to like relaunch or revamp the Black Panther comics. I think by Reginald King, I believe, was the writer, who was like doing his own reimagining of Black Panther. He did put in a flashback of like T'Challa's grandfather or great grandfather fighting Steve Rogers in the 40s and actually winning the fight and everything. And so that the concept is not a new one, but it's like there's certainly but I'm saying like I'm totally fine with this.
Oh yeah.
And also, unfortunately, as I heard the story and I thought, oh, this could be really good, there already were some people having problems or complaining, mainly of like, some people like who either have never really read the comics or even really know that much about World War II, and were complaining that the still image shows a black U.S. soldier right next to Captain America and Black Panther, and calling that it is simply a diversity stunt and everything. Not knowing the fact that there was an actual character named Gabriel Jones, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, who was a black U.S. soldier who fought alongside Nick Fury and Captain America in World War II. That is not a diversity stuff. It's something that's in the comics, and also, like, World War II was the war in which the U.S. decided to actually integrate other races and ethnicities in the same army or in the same divisions. Okay,
like black people did fight alongside white people and others, and in World War II. Heck,
this was taught in middle school.
The Civil War.
This was taught in middle school.
In the Civil War.
And this guy is like, oh, come on, you're having a black U.S. soldier. Oh, come on, you just gotta make everything woke, right? You just gotta make everything. First, the black dwarves in Rings of Power, then the one black guy in House of Dragons. Yeah. Just one. I can't escape the wokeness. It's just you are ruining everyone's fun. Just by being just stop, okay? Just go away. Sorry.
Just quiet.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just.
You gotta chill a little bit.
It's just like, look, okay. So the Avengers game was not good.
Who was that published by?
That was Square Enix.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Square Enix is not working on this one, so hopefully.
But also, Square Enix made Guardians of the Galaxy. That is a huge improvement from that.
It?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was really good. But it's like.
Xander, come here.
But it's like, okay.
We're talking about something you'll like next.
Yeah. So let me do one more. Let me close.
One more rant.
Okay. So I understand, like, the history of Marvel games is hit and miss. However,
Xander, no.
However, like, I think like there's still been plenty of good, even some recent Marvel games. I think we should at least like give more of a give some of these studios a chance at least to see what all they can do. And
Insomniac did great with Spider-Man. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And again, like, I think Captain America and Black Panther, those characters could have a great game.
They could have a great dynamic.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a game that's just about those two, I think, could also be really good. So, I'm going to be hopeful. I'm going to be optimistic. But also, I'm going to be heartbroken if the game is bad.
Have your heart broken. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
What about hold on a second.
No. We're not doing this right now. We'll do this later.
Okay.
Come here.
Okay.
Minecraft Live.
You mean move?
No, you don't have to move. 2022 is coming. There's going to be Minecraft announcements.
Minecraft Live?
Minecraft Live.
Yeah.
So, the return of the mom vote is nigh. So on October 24th, October 14th, and this is important, instead of voting on Twitter, the votes will be cast through a special Bedrock server, the Minecraft launcher, or on Minecraft.net. Polls open October 14th, noon Eastern Standard Time. Does EDT stand for Standard Time? Did I just lie to everyone?
I believe it's Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. Yeah, that's...
And so there'll be a full 24 hours to cast your vote. Because that's right. October 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, noon, lunchtime. Minecraft Live is coming live. And not just that, but we will be covering it as it happens
Please be
in a special Menu Heroes Digest. We will be reacting to it live as it happens at 12. So
hopefully there's going to be a new underwater secret, because I've been pretty sure we got the underwater update, but there's not really all that much has changed. Sure, there's coral and all that, but
I hope they make it so that you can explore the underwater more easily.
yeah, and like put in like that
I mean-
squid that would like drag you down into the depths.
I am a noob. I'm a massive noob when it comes to Minecraft. What little like I play with it, but I mean, the fact remains is you think it would make a whole lot of sense for you to have like your equivalent of Atlantis or some kind of undersea kingdom kind of thing. That'd be a fun thing to
And
make.
that's the thing. There's underwater monuments. It's hard to explore underwater.
Yeah, plus there is actually like underwater castles that I think could be, referencing a future update for
that's
basically
the monument.
I know, no, that's not the monument. The monument is with the Guardians.
No, my bad.
The
Anyway,
castle one's made out of actual stone brick.
so with that, we will leave you to be excited for October 15th. And until next time,
I'll go get the roulette.
stay cool.
We're not sponsored by Disney or Lucasfilm, but
Or Doritos.
I've gotten so freaking many compliments from this shirt
I never get any compliments on my shirts.
because it's Homestuck.
Oh yeah, well,
I